Hey guys, and welcome back. And in this part we're going to go ahead and first start working on this door, and then we're going to go ahead and finish off the body. So the first thing I'm going to do is just isolate this piece, because I think we made a mistake in here. So as you can tell, when we filled this bottom bit in, the back bit, we didn't make these edge loops go around, and they're going to cause us some problems in the future. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm just going to go ahead and delete them two faces, select them two edges. Now we're just going to go ahead and extrude them downwards. And if I just turn down the offset, and then we can just go ahead and drag this down. And I'm not going to drag it down exactly to the right place, just so when we use the merge vertex tool, I can just easily go ahead and snap them to the right place. So again, I'm just dragging this one down. Now we're going to hit extrude again, zero that out, drag this down again, and then just do it one more time. Zero out the offset and drag it down. Okay, so now that we have that done, I'm just going to select that vertex and focus in on it, so it's easier for me to navigate. And then we're going to grab our merge vertex tool right here, and we're just going to simply go around and snap these to the right places. Okay, so that was quite easy. And let's do the other side. And I think we just done something wrong here. Oh no, we didn't. It's fine. There we go. Drag that one. And there is some sort of an issue here. Let me just check this vertex. Just going to go ahead and drag this out, and that's fine. Okay, so I'm just going to click that angle, and we're just going to snap it to this one, so it's going to be straight. And I'm going to do the same thing with these ones, just to make sure that you get a nice flow going around. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. Before I go ahead and do anything, I'm going to go ahead and select that and go to mesh, clean up. Faces with more than 4 sides, hit it, and it seems like our mesh is all fine, so that's good news. Now we can go ahead and start working on this door. Also, I think what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of this middle edge loop, because we don't actually need that anymore. We only had that to cut it in half. So now we're going to go ahead and work on this door. I'm going to go ahead and add that to our body layer, so I can go ahead and hide it. And we're also going to get rid of this edge loop, because we don't actually need it anymore. And I'm just going to go into my front view, turn on X-ray, and start adding in our edge loops. Okay, so we're going to add in these little extrusions in here. So going to need our edge loops going around here on the bottom, and we're only going to need it going around on the sides. And I'm just trying to put it inside the white line in the middle. Hopefully it will be they should all be roughly the same size. As long as your eye can't spot it that they ain't, it doesn't really matter. So that's done, and let's just have a look at it. It's looking pretty good. And what we're going to do is I'm just going to select these 3 faces and then hit extrude. And I'm going to go ahead and slow down my slider again and just drag the thickness out. And I'm only going to be looking at one of them. They should all look the same. So I'm just zooming in to about here. And we'll go with 0.2, that will be fine. Hit extrude again, and now we're going to go ahead and give this another thickness. So
So probably about 0.5. Hit extrude again. Come down to thickness. 0. Ooh, don't want that. We want this at 0.02 again. If I did hit extrude, that would have been great. If I just go ahead and find this again, change it back to 5. And I don't know what's going on. Let me just undo this, okay? So now I've undone it. And let me just reselect my faces, because I'm getting confused at what I'm doing. Right, there we go. Hit extrude. And then just set it to 0.02 again. And that's looking pretty good, okay? So now that we have that, we're gonna go ahead and start adding in the edge loop. So this is gonna hold its shape once we go ahead and smooth this. So firstly, we're gonna do these little grooves. So we're gonna need our edge loops here, and again, prepare for the boring part really, because we're gonna be doing this on this piece, and then we're gonna go ahead and do all these edge loops on the main body as well. So if you know how to add in edge loops and you don't wanna waste your time watching me do it, that's all what we're going to be doing in the next probably 20 minutes or so. We're going to be adding in all these edge loops onto this, and we're going to be adding all the edge loops onto the main body, okay? For those of you who want to follow along and you like adding in edge loops, you're going to have a fun next 20 minutes, I suppose. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this. So I think that's pretty much done. Now moving on to the second groove. Don't even know what to call these gaps or extrusions. We'll just call them extrusions. Okay, so now I'm gonna move on to the top piece, or the top corner, might as well say. And that's looking pretty much done. And let's just move on to this last one. Might have left somehow, hopefully I haven't. We'll be able to tell once I hit that smooth button if it looks okay or not okay. Alright, so that's looking pretty good. Now we're gonna go ahead and add in all these loops around the top. So this bit will hold its shape as well. It's looking good. Let me just check this bottom bit, and I think we're going to keep this corner hard. Not going to smooth it out. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. Let's see if we messed anything up, and I have, I can tell already. So let's just see what's going on here. We haven't added in the edge loop in here. And let's just see that again. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Just gonna check these bits as well. It's all looking alright, looking quite nice. Okay, so we got our door completed pretty much. I like the way it's looking. This bit looks a bit soft, but I think I quite like that. So I think we're gonna leave that as it is. Okay, so we got our door completed. Now what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna unsmooth it for now, add it to our body layer, and then take this off our body layer so I can start working on this piece. So this is going to be a bit of a whopper because it's so big to add in all these edge loops, but hopefully it's going to look
pretty good once we finished it up, so let's get into it. So we're going to start off in this corner with our insert edge loop tool, as always, and start adding in these loops. I'm going to move on to this corner now, and hopefully if we've done our edge flow correctly, and we should have, this is gonna work out pretty well, and we shouldn't have any problems. Well, I say that, we'll see how it works out. So I'm gonna add in these two edge loops here as well, because this is the bit that we had at the door as well. And let me just have a look here as well. We're gonna need some here, like so. Right, I'll worry about the inside after we've done the outside bits. So let's just work our way back to the top half. And here is our cut for the door. I mean the hand. The hand is gonna be moving about. Ooh, that's not where I wanted that to go. Just do this, and then reselect this. Alright, there we go, that's better. Just gonna move this a little bit. Ooh, that's not what I wanted. Let me just undo that and insert another one. Just to save time, it will be quicker. Okay, so it's looking good. Now I'm just going to come down here to the bottom bit, not inside it. Okay. I still have my cold, but it's not as bad. I might start coughing and that, but hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's not super bad. Alright, so it's looking good. Now I'm just gonna select this and focus on this so I can navigate around better. Gonna need one inside here as well. Okay. I'm gonna need one going around here as well. For those of you who are thinking about cutting this in half and adding in the edge loops on one half and then duplicating this over, it might not be a very good idea. You could give it a try and see how it works out, but I wouldn't really advise you to do it, because once you get to the merging the vertices together, I think you would have a very hard time doing it. So you can give it a go and see how it goes and let me know. But I don't think it would work out very well, so you're just gonna have to go ahead and do this the longer way, and probably the more suitable way as well. We're not gonna add in the loops in here because I want that smoothed. We will add in the loops in here. I mean, we already have them, so it's pretty good. Next we're gonna go on to this bottom bit and add in the loop in here. So that's looking pretty good. Now we're gonna go ahead, move on to this other side, make sure everything is fine, and then we can go ahead and move on to the inside bit of Wally. So let's just go ahead and check these out. Most of these should already be at the right place, and again I'm just going to select this edge and focus in on it so I can navigate around better. Ooh, didn't want to add that second one in. So that corner looks good. This edge loop looks a bit off, but I think that will be fine. So I'll just leave it and then see how it works out. So now I'm gonna come to this bit. That looks fine. And here we go. We're gonna need an edge loop here as well. That's looking good. These bits looking good. Okay, so you're looking pretty good. I think we can go ahead and move on to the inside bit. So let's go ahead and start here. And again, I'm just going to select an edge here somewhere. Ooh, and just focusing on it. So it's looking good. Now I'm going to go up and check this bit, and I can see what we're missing out already. Gonna need one going around here. And just carry on down the bottom here. That's look fine. And obviously you're gonna need a couple here at the back. And for some reason these edge loops did not go around, which is a little bit of a pain for us. So I'm just gonna focus in on this and see what's going on. Right, okay, this seems a bit weird. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pause the recording for a second and see what's going on. If these why these loops I'm not going around, is it because something is wrong with the geometry or so on. So I'm just gonna pause quickly and then I will let you know in just a second. Right, okay, so we're back. What basically has happened is these edges, when we extruded this wall, we have forgotten to merge the vertices together. So what we're gonna do is actually I'm gonna go ahead and select these edge loops here. There we have. So this one, delete them. I'm gonna do also the same thing on the other side. So this one, delete. We're also going to do the same thing with these. Well, that one anyway, because this one seemed to go around. This one don't go around either, so I'm going to delete that one. That one goes around, so that's fine. And it seems like we got this as well, and that one goes around. Okay, so what we actually going to do is we're just going to go ahead and merge these together. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm just going to drag these up just so I see where they're broken. So I'm going to drag these edges up a bit, and I'm going to check this one as well. See, that one's fine, so I'm going to undo that. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to select this edge drag it up, and I can see that's broken. I'll do the same thing with this. I think I already merged this one when I was troubleshooting, so that one's fine. Gonna move this. That one's broken, and this one is obviously fine. And just for the sake of it, I'm pretty sure that one's fine. And it is because this edge loop goes around it, so that is fine. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to use our merge vertex tool. So if I find it, merge vertex tool, there we go. And we're just going to go ahead and snap these. And don't worry about these for now, we're going to go ahead and move them in a minute. So now we're just trying to make sure that all these edges are merged correctly. You might not have this problem if you have merged them when you are doing yours, but I do. But in case you do as well, now you know how to fix it. So now we merge them together. We're going to just select that vertex, select that angle, and gonna snap them down so they're all lined up nicely again by holding down the V key and then click into the vertex that I want. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to select that, V snap, and then do the same thing with these. If it would do it, that'd be great. And it don't want to do it. Let's try one more time. Pretty sure it's not straight already. Just gonna go ahead and do this one first. It's probably just a bug. Oh, that seems, no, it's not straight. I was gonna say it seems pretty straight, but it's not. And this does not want to do it for some reason. So, let me just have a look here. What I'm gonna do, that will be fine. And it's on a little bit off, so it's not too bad. So now what I'm going to do is we're now going to go ahead and add back in these edge loops that we just deleted. So go back into our insert edge loop tool, and I think we deleted these two and these two, and we also deleted this. Look, pretty sure we also deleted this one here. Yep. And I think that might have been it. Nope. This one as well. That one's there, that's fine. That one's there is fine. So now I'm just gonna come in here, have a look, make sure everything's fine, and as you can tell, these go around very nicely now, so it's not gonna cause us any issues whatsoever. And now I'm just gonna check up here. These can be smoothed, so I'm not gonna go ahead and play with that around. And I think we're pretty much done. I'm gonna go ahead and hit smooth and see how this is standing up to our smoothing job. The inside bit looks fine, apart from here, we are missing the loop. So just go to my insert edge, put that in there. Let's check again. This bit here seems to smooth too much, so what I'm going to do is add another one in here, and that's better. And I think we're also going to need it on the other side. Okay, that's looking pretty slick, pretty nice in there. Quite like the way that's looking. Now I'm gonna go around and check on these top bits. That looks pretty good. That looks fine. And again, I'm just looking around the mesh, making sure it smooths correctly. I don't see any artifacts, don't see any bits where I left out the edges, and just jump in between smooth and not smooth. See how it's smooth, and I see this little tiny bit of a problem here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna add in an extra loop around here just to keep this a little bit tighter and nicer. There we go. That's better now. So checking that corner, that looks fine. Checking these corners, these look fine. And I think we're pretty much done. So what I'm going to do is turn back our body layer. And our door is at the right place. The body is at the right place. Going to see how these look together. I mean, fit together. They fit together quite nicely. We do want to see this tiny bit of a gap here to sell that these are separate pieces, so that's fine. We can play around with the door. If I rotate the X, see how that would look. So the inside bit we can see everything, that's fine. So that's looking pretty good. Gonna zero out this bit, and now I'm gonna check how this connection works out. We might have to I think what we're gonna have to do is, if I just isolate this is gonna need an extra loop going around here to keep this fairly sharp, and that way we shouldn't get any problems, hopefully. I mean, we still get this tiny bit because of the way this smooths. So I might go ahead and it might be with this. If I smooth that as well, if you move this up a bit, it might get rid of it, like so. So that's a pretty good combination. I'm from far away, you can't really tell, so that's looking pretty good to me. So I think the body is mainly done now, at least most of it. Like, we blocked out the main details, and obviously this bit would be a texturing thing to do, so that would be done by texturing. We made the gap for the hand, and obviously we all need this big back piece for the back. I might go around and adjust these little bits about a tiny bit, but apart from that, it's looking pretty good to me. Oh yeah, and obviously you're gonna have to do this top part as well, so I'm just gonna select everything, hit 3, make sure everything's smooth nicely, and it's looking pretty good. So in the next couple of parts, I think we're gonna go ahead and start attacking the hand, and obviously after that we'll finish off this back bit of Wally, and then we'll move on to the really cool part, which is going to be the threads and these mechanical pieces that we should be able to make them look really slick and cool. Okay, so I'll see you guys in the next part, and I hope you're enjoying the series so far.